welcome to Mrs. Powermore Art at Home. Today we're going to be using tin foil to make a sculpture. So you just need some alfoil, careful of this bit, it's quite sharp. Some tin foil, which you should have at home in your kitchen. And if you haven't, well, maybe you can come back to this video and put it on the shopping list because you can get it at the supermarket. And ask Mum or Dad if you can get some tin foil next time they go to the supermarket. So, what are we going to do with the tin foil? Well, I would like you to make either a person or an animal, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So, the first person that I made was a dancer, and I'll give you a closer look at her soon. And I also made a superhero with his cape. And I also made a cute little fox that stands up. So I'm going to show you how to start with the tin foil. And the great thing about this project is you don't need anything but tin foil. You don't need sticky tape or glue or anything like that. And I'll show you how it works. So hop off and grab some tin foil and meet me back here. Okay, so here's my dancer, and the idea was this was her hair flowing in the wind, and you can actually manipulate the legs and the arms into different positions once you've made it. Just be a little bit careful around the joints that you don't pull the arm off. Superhero, likewise, if I wanted him to look like he was flying, I could put his legs together, have it more in a position like this, so you can play around with that. And here I've got my little fox, and he actually stands up on his legs, this one, and that's what he looks like from the side. So I'm going to show you how to start with a basic human figure. So you do need to pull off a bit of foil, and when you pull it, make sure you keep your fingers away from the sharp piece, but you just pull it on the edge down like that. It's quite noisy, isn't it? Now, what I did first was to make the figure. I'm going to tear 2 strips down like this, and this is going to scrunch into a head. Okay. And then these bits become the arms. So I need to tear in, being careful. Tear in both sides, and these get scrunched up to become the arms. And if you think your arm's too long, you can just turn the end in. There's the other arm, fold the head in, scrunch in the body a bit. Now for the legs, just tear up the middle to about there, so leave a bit of body, and you can roll that in, scrunch it in, roll this bit round the body. Now this leg's a bit longer, so I'm going to fold it up and scrunch it in. Like that. Now he's looking a little bit skinny around the middle, so I'm going to tear off another strip of foil, and I'm going to fold it like this, and I'm going to wrap it around his middle to make him a bit stronger. And I can even wrap it up around his shoulders to make it a bit stronger. And the great thing is that if you're finding that there's anywhere on your figure that needs a bit more, so maybe his head is looking a little bit small, you can just tear off another piece of foil, just fold it over, and just simply wrap it around his head. And then got a cool head. Now I want you to think now about now you've got a basic figure shape, is what is your person going to be doing? Is it going to be running? So it's sort of looking more like this, running along. Is it going to be kicking a soccer ball? You could have another piece of foil. And that could be the soccer ball here. And if you wanted to, you could even turn it into a little stop motion animation, or just a series of a couple of little pictures of what your figure's going to be like. If you had some blue tack, you could try sticking it into different positions and moving its arms. The opportunities are endless. When I made the Superman cape, I just folded a piece over a few times to make it a bit stronger, and I wrapped it around his neck at one end. So you could think about giving your figure some clothes. And again here, when I made the tutu and the hair, I just ended up wrapping some more pieces. So what I would like you to think about is having something that very clearly shows what your person is doing. So it's a kind of a figure in action. And if you do want to do a little dog or a fox or another kind of animal, keeping in mind that you would like it to be recognizable. So when someone looks at it, they know what it is. So maybe your person, your pieces could start working in combination. So maybe you could have a person and you could have a lead. Maybe put it on a piece of paper and you could draw a background. So you could have a line here of a lead. Just seeing if I've got a piece of paper and I can show you what I mean. I've got my sketchbook here. So maybe you could put your person here and your dog, and you could have the leash going to the dog and the path that they were running along. And you can start to add a bit of a story around your figures. That would be great if you were doing a little animation about people going for a walk. You could change the background. You could do them walking in a park, and then you could have them walking past houses, and you could just keep changing the drawing and the background as they moved along in your animation. Lots of things that you can do with those. I'll just quickly show you how to do the animal, because that's a little bit different because it has 4 legs and a tail. So what I did for that was I ripped again the head like this, and I ended up adding a whole separate piece to do the pointy ears that wrapped around the head here. So I didn't worry about the ears yet. Then there's going to be 1 leg, 2 legs, 3, and the 4th leg here, and then the tail. Might actually wrap that. You can start to form that. So you've got, for an animal with 4 legs, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a tail. If you didn't have a tail, you wouldn't need that. Just tuck it in or rip it off. And the head. Start to manipulate your foil in. Maybe fold the legs in if they don't need to be that long. Double them over. Makes it even stronger. This tail is too long. And start to scrunch the body in. And you start to get your form like this. And that's the start of it. and then you just keep pushing and manipulating and shaping, and you can add little bits of foil if you're finding it a bit weak in spots, and wrap that around. So there you go. I can't wait to see. Believe it or not, the fox did start off looking like that. You just have to play around with it a bit more. So have fun, enjoy, be careful of the sharp bit on the foil, and maybe once you've made it, turn into an animation or a drawing and take a photo of it. And I can't wait to see what you might come up with. Have a lot of fun, guys, doing your tinfoil form. Bye. And when you've finished, your tinfoil scraps can go in the recycling bin.